What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Mac.
And Laura here, and we're just the friends who can't agree on anything. So we thought we'd come on here and have you guys settle a few things for us.
That's right. Every week we'll have new topics, new ideas, and definitely new arguments. And as we know, there are two sides to every argument.
Yeah, there's Mac's side who can never get it right, and then there's me who should just win this whole thing already.
Yeah, so it's up to you and your vote to settle the score.
Let's get started.
I just want to see the look on your face.
I am in disbelief.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Most people agreed with me because obviously what I said made sense. And it was logical. It reached people's hearts, their minds. How could it have ended any other way?
I mean, it was bound to
Any
happen.
other way.
It was bound to
It was
happen.
bound to happen. Please. Hey guys, thank you for everyone who voted for Team Mac. Love you. Love you.
Can we continue on?
Yeah, let's get started with this episode so I can do it again. Let's do it again. So I was reading an article the other day, and
yeah,
I was telling
he does
Laura,
that now. He reads.
I was telling Laura about it, as I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and it's from the PEW Research Center. And
I love that you've prepared a dissertation for this, but please continue.
and they were saying that most men nowadays aren't as interested in getting married, and I empathize with that. I don't feel like marriage is as important anymore.
As important as what? As when? As important as?
20 years ago, 50 years ago.
Okay, so
marriage is
in
not
your
that
opinion,
important.
how was it important then that it's not important now?
There were certain things that you could get, like there was tax benefits to getting married. There's like insurance benefits to getting married. There's financial benefits to getting married in terms of wealth and stuff like that. But it is not the case anymore.
Hey, Mac.
Yeah.
Do you know why people get married? Usually.
Okay. Hit me.
Because they're in love.
Oh.
Not because of tax benefits.
Okay, so you tell me a piece of paper, right? That's outlined and drafted by the government is going to tell you and be a final example of whether you're in love or not.
No.
That's what it seems to imply to me.
No, I am saying if you're in love with somebody.
Yeah.
And marriage is important to them, I don't see why it should be such a big deal for you.
Because you're allowing the government inside of your union.
Okay,
if
the
you
government
decide,
isn't coming to sleep in the bed with us. What
that's
do you mean?
basically what happens when you get married.
No, it's not. The
guess
government
what?
is going to know we're together, and that's all.
Because guess what?
What?
There's a fee when you get married, and there's a fee when you get divorced, right? And that fee can be up to 50%.
50% what?
Finances.
You think women are getting married because we want your crap?
No, that's not what I said.
We don't want your salary.
That's
Thank
not
you.
what I
We usually
said.
have our own. We are not trying to marry you because of your money. I don't know what big bank account you think you have that women are out here trying to claw at. But most people who want to get married, they want to get married because they're in love.
But
it is a celebration of love.
So the piece of paper
is a celebration of love. It is not about the piece of paper.
So you know what's more important to getting married? Actually being committed to the person. Actually being
I agree with you
faithful
100%.
to the person.
100%.
Actually being diligent and dedicated to the person.
Yes, 100%.
Okay?
And
the
all
piece
of
of
these
paper
things,
does not protect you from someone who is irresponsible, someone who is belittling you, someone who is whatever type of behavior that they were doing before you got married will continue when you get married.
Okay, Mac, no one is saying, I'm not saying that I would ever marry someone who isn't the person that I feel is the right person for me. Okay. I'm not going to marry someone that belittles me, and I'm not going to marry someone that offends me, and I'm not going to marry somebody like that. I may never marry. That's not the point. The point is that if somebody you're with and you are in love with thinks marriage is important, I do not understand. If it's just a piece of paper to you, why can't you just sign it and make them happy? There are very few reasons as to why a person would, like, that I would ever understand as to why a person would say, I cannot get married because of this. And I'm going to include in those, I don't know, something like I'm widowed, or I don't believe in marriage because of my religion. Other than that, like, I'm gonna need you to come up with a real excuse for somebody to actually refuse to marry the person that they love for no reason.
It's not that there's no reason. There are no. What are the benefits of getting married nowadays?
She wants to, or he wants to.
And that's enough reason to say, hey, I want to get married. No, that's a societal construct.
So is masculinity. We're not doing away with that, are we?
Yes, we are.
Are you?
Hey, marriage is no longer the norm, okay? In fact, 50% of marriages end in divorce. You can Google that. That's not me talking. That's Google talking. Google that. So that indicates the fact that
you get married again and you get to wear a pretty dress again. I don't see the big problem.
Yeah, are you serious now? You know what's more important than that? Actually being in a union that is serious, that matters.
Of course, Matt. But why are you assuming that because people want to get married, they're not in a union that matters?
I'm not saying that.
I am saying, I understand if somebody doesn't want to get married. I know people that in their relationship, both of them have chosen not to get married. That's beautiful. Okay. I also know people who marriage is important to them. And I don't see why it's such a problem for someone who is happy in love to be happy in love and have a party to celebrate that.
I don't disagree with the party aspect. I don't disagree with...
Oh, so you would have the wedding, you just wouldn't sign the paper?
We don't need to. We don't need to.
So you would... So if it was important to her...
Yes.
You would have the party.
We have the party.
You just don't want to sign the paper.
And key word, if it's important to her. You know why? Because marriage is not as important to men as it is
if it's important to her.
To women.
But some men think it's important.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so regardless, some men think it's important. Okay. But the point is, you, in your case, she wants to get married.
Okay.
Okay, you're
and
like...
You're not going to count it as marriage until we sign the paperwork.
No, you're saying, babe, I'm down for the party, but I don't want to sign paperwork.
I don't want to sign no paperwork.
I want to hear why.
It is no advantage to sign the paperwork.
There's also no disadvantage.
There is absolutely
what's your disadvantage, Mac?
Legal disadvantages.
Like what?
What are you talking about?
You don't get benefits from the government? I don't know what you're talking about.
You could get benefits depending on what state you live in or what tax bracket you're in. Okay?
So what does getting married, how does it disadvantage you in some way?
It absolutely does. In the aspect that 50% of marriages end in divorce. If I told you, if you go across that street right now, and there's a 50% chance you get hit by a car, are you crossing the street? And I'm telling you,
comparing divorce to death,
absolutely,
to getting hit by a car.
It's the same thing. You might as well. But listen, are you crossing the street? Answer the question.
I'm excited.
Are you crossing the street?
I'm not gonna die if I get divorced.
Are you crossing the street?
I'm probably gonna die if I get hit by a car.
Are you gonna cross the street?
No, because there's a chance of death.
Exactly. And
that's not fair comparison. No.
And there's a 50% chance you survive.
Are you listening? He's insane.
I'm not. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Men out there.
You just compared divorce to death?
Laura, men out there that are listening right now that agree with me, I need you to step up on this one, okay?
I am sure they're going to agree with you. I'm saying it makes no sense, Maxai, that if you love someone and you are committed to them regardless, and it is important to them to get married, that you would refuse because of a 50% chance that you might get divorced. You know what else there's a 50% chance of? Rain outside every day in Florida. Doesn't mean you're not going to leave your house.
We're not going to talk about Florida.
Okay, the point is you're not going to leave your house because of that? Listen, I am sorry, but it makes no sense to me that if it matters to your partner, the person that you have already chosen to spend the rest of your life with, to get married, that it would be such a big deal for you.
Society gives a disproportionate amount of emphasis on marriage, and that
I don't think it's about society. I think it's about the person you're with.
The statistics, the behaviors that are showing this. Marriage used to be like the next step in the evolution. You go to school, get your degree, get your job. You get married, get the house. It's not like that anymore. People are more interested in doing other things, finding adventures, traveling, all these other things.
I don't see why
marriage gets pushed back.
I don't see why marriage would stop you from traveling, living adventures, and doing all these things. Listen, I am not saying you have to get married. I am saying if the person you're with and in love with thinks it's important, I don't understand why you wouldn't do it for them.
You want them to sign a piece of paper. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Laura's correct in this case, where if the person wants to get married, right?
And you're in love with them.
And you're in love with them.
And you are already deciding to spend the rest of your life with them regardless.
That this piece of paper is important to sign? Or are you Team Mac and saying, marriage is not important. We love each other, we care about each other, we don't need the government involved.
The government involved. You need to stop making that sound like they're going to sleep in bed with you. Like the court clerk is going to get in bed
Uncle Sam wants to, Uncle Sam taxed that too.
Oh my God.
Trust.
I need him to stop.